Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to learn about how we can send or how we can make an exchange rate and send our data from server to the client side. For example, in here, as you guys can see, I have this table where it shows the exchange rate with the currency, and in this side, I have all the currencies. For example, if I select Afghani, it will display all the exchange rate of Afghani to other currencies. Similarly, if I select Indian rupee, I get all the exchange rates of Indian rupee to other currency. I am using this endpoint or this service to fetch my exchange rate. So we will see how we can build this. So let's go to our VS Code and build this. So let's go to our VS Code, and in here first thing that we need is to create a new controller. So we will type PHP artisan make controller currency converter controller. Okay, so our controller has been created. Now let's open this controller. Let's close the terminal. In here, let's create a new method with the name of SSE. So let's type public function SSE, and it will accept the request. Then inside here, I will currency from the user input. So in here, let's create a new variable with the name of currency and set it to request query and set it to currency. By default, let's set it to USD. If it's empty, then let's create our app URL. So let's type here app URL is equal to, for now, let's keep it empty. Now let's go to our the exchange rate API.com in here and click the documentation. Then let's click the open access and scroll down until you find this request format documentation. Now let's copy this API and paste it in here. Now let's create a new variable with the name of response and set it to new stream response. Then let's create a callback function in here, and we also have to use the API URL. So let's use that also. Then inside this, we will create a while loop. So it should run continuously and fetch the new data from the server. So in here, we will type while loop, and inside our loop, we will fetch our data from the API. So let's say response is equal to http ::get as API URL. Then we will create another variable with the name of data and set it to the response data, the data that we get from the API, and convert it to JSON. And after that, I also want to send the last updated time to the client or to the user. For that reason, in here, I am also going to use create a new variable with the name of last updated and set it to now to date time string. And the last one, I will say that result. So the result would be success because we need them in the front end. That's why I am going to create them in here and send them. So up to let's fix this also. Up to here, we have fetched our data from the URL, and we have also created our data to send for the client. Now I'm going to use SSE or server send event to send this data continuously to the user. For that, I'm going to type echo and data. Then I will pass my data that I get from the URL from the API and change it to JSON. So let's type JSON decode and set our data. Then we will type new line. Okay, we forgot dot here to concatenate it. Then after that, OB flash and flash. Now let's add a sleep also in here, so it should wake around let's say 20 seconds before it recall the server, so we don't get any rate limits. So let's add sleeping here. Once this is done, then we have to also return this and set our headers. So let's scroll down, and in here let's say response headers, and let's set the content type here. So let's say content type capital T is equal to text slash event stream. Another header that we have to set is cache control. So let's type here cache control, and also capital C, and set it to no cache. See, so let's type that. What we need to set one more header in here for our SSE, and the last one would be connection, and let's say keep alive. Now finally, let's return our response. So everything is set in here. Oh, we forgot to change the currency here. So let's change it to also to currency. Okay. Our controller is finished. Now we need to create our route and our view to access this and fetch the data from the endpoint. So let's go and create our routes and views. So let's go to our web.php, and in here we need two routes, one to access our view and another one to access our controller. So in here I will create a group controller. So first let's create our controller in here and say currency converter controller. Then let's give them a prefix also. So let's type prefix, and this would be currency converter. Then we will group all of them, and inside here we will create a callback function. Then inside this callback function, first I will create a route to access my view. So let's access our view. So let's create this. We are going to create this file later. For now, just let's create the routes, and this route would be for our data. So SSE. Now let's go and create our view file. So let's go inside our view, and in here let's create a new folder with the name of currency controller, and inside this we will create a new file with the name of index.play.php. Now inside our view we have to create our views to access our data and show our views. So I will pause and create the table, the buttons, the styles. Then I will show you the scripts. So I have added the styles and the HTML part. Now if I go to browser, refresh, you guys can see in here I have a table. In the right side I can select the currencies, and also I will display the last updated date. Now let's go back here and let's create our script section. So let's type here script. Since I'm using jQuery, so in here I'm going to write document dot ready. So when the document is ready, it should execute this function. Then inside this I will create all my functions in here. So first of all, let's create a variable with the name of source to set the source of our SSE. Then in here we will create another function to start the SSE server send event, and we will pass the currency as a parameter. Now inside this, first we will check if the source is available, or if there is source, then we will say source dot close to close the old connection. Then we will set the source to a new connection. So we will say source is equal to new event source and pass it our endpoint. So it would be a currency converter slash SSE, and we will also pass the currency that we get from the user. So let's, as a curious thing, so let's type currency is equal to the currency that we get as a parameter in the parameter. Now let's type the success or on message. So let's say message is equal to on message is equal to function, and it will accept event as a parameter. Inside here we will set our data. So const data is equal to JSON uh, dot parse, and we will parse our data from here. Then in here we will check if the we get the result or not, because we sometimes in currency we get rate limiting. So in here first of all we will say if data dot result not equal to success, in that case just append error fetching data to our table. So let's copy this and paste it here, and let's say HTML. Then in here we will say TR and TD, and let's add a call span in here also. So let's set it to 2 and say error fetching data. Else if it's successful, in that case we will create a let's close this also so we can use it again, source dot close. If it's success, then we will create a function with the update table and send data dot rates. And also we will create another function to update our last updated time. So in here we will say data dot last updated. Now let's create if we face any error from our SSE. So in here if we will type source on error is equal to function, and in here let's add this also. Okay, now let's create our update table function. So after this function we will create another function in here. So let's type function update table, and let's pass the date rates in here. Then inside here we will create a variable with the name of const table body and set it to our table body. So let's copy this here, paste it here. Then we will empty our table body to show the new data. So let's set table body dot empty, and for our each rates we want to display all the rates in here. So we will create a for loop and say const currency and rate of object dot increase as a rates. Then inside here, inside the for loop body, we will set table body dot append, and we will append our data in here. So let's type tr table row, and for the table data we are going to say first display the currency. So you will say currency, and another display the rates. So let's add that rate dot to fix and just get 2 decimal places. Now this function is finished. Now let's create our updated last time. So let's create this function. So let's type here function update last updated time, and it will accept time stamp as a parameter. Then in here again we will add it to our last update time, and the text is equal to last updated and the time that we get. So now if I go to my browser, refresh, so it's working, the table, everything is set. As you guys can see, we are in fetching that data. Now we also have to fix our click when the user click here, so it should get activate and refresh our data. So let's go back to our browser. Let's create an event listener. So let's type here dot currency card click, and we will create a function in here. So this is an event listener when the user click on the currency card. So we will create in here const selected currency and set it to this dot data and currency. Now let's remove the active from the currency card from the old one. So let's say currency card dot remove class and remove the active from this. Then we will add the active class to the selected currency card. So we will say this dot add class active. Now after this we have to also call our start SSE function. So we will call this and send the selected currency as a parameter. Now if we go to our browser, refresh our page and select a currency, now as you guys can see, it fetch all the exchange rate for that currency. If I select Afghani, now wait, as you guys can see, it fetched the exchange rate of Afghani. And also if we wait for 20 seconds, you guys will see the rates will get updated. So let's wait for 20 seconds. So as you guys can see, so it automatically updated and it showed the latest time that it fetched the data. So this is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next video. And don't forget to press the subscribe and like button.